Hey, Grant Cardone here. I want to share with you real quick in about 3 minutes how to underwrite real estate and make sure that you're getting a great deal. Look, this is very, very simple, very basic, and everybody uses the same underwriting. Banks, sellers, buyers, everybody, including the appraiser, is going to use this same basic underwriting principle. It starts with this: gross income, total revenue collected by a property. That is not, by the way, the potential gross revenue, which you will see most brokers and sellers promote you. Hey, the gross potential revenue. Yeah, bro, I just want to know what is the actual revenue collected by the real estate, okay? That's going to include a couple things. It's going to include the rent and other income. So whatever that number is, okay, let's say that number is $1 million of gross total revenue of the property, less expenses. Expenses are going to include everything to do with property taxes, insurance, the two big ones. It's also going to include utilities, gas, water, meters, low maintenance, not big maintenance items like a roof. That would come later. Okay, so let's say our expenses are 40% on this. That would be the case on the west side of Florida. It would not be the case on the east side. In Miami, the expenses are going to be probably 50% because property taxes are higher and insurance is higher. If I go to Houston, Texas, I'm going to have a 50%. But if I go to Austin, I'm probably going to be at 35 or 40. Nashville, you got to just know what the expenses are per your market, okay? So this is $400,000, and that gives me an underwriting of $600,000 of NOI. These are the three most important terms in real estate: the gross income, less the expenses. You can't get away from these. You're going to have them. That's going to include management. Remember, management's probably going to be 3, 4, 5, 6%, depending on the size of the deal. The larger the deal, the lower your management expenses. The smaller the deal, the higher your management expenses. So bigger's better. Bigger properties actually have lower expenses on a percentage basis typically. Okay, $1 million less 400 grand is 600,000. That's your NOI, and this NOI is what determines what you can pay for a property. If you want a 6% return, you just take $1 million and divide by 0.06. If you want a 5% return, guess what? You take $1 million and divide by 5%. Okay, if you want an 8% return, you would take the $1 million and divide by 8% and get your numbers. Let's just do the simple math. This is the same math. Everybody uses the same math. It is simple. Okay, if the bank wants an 8% cash flow return to finance this property, you could literally ask the bank, what cap rate do you want to underwrite your debt to? And they'll tell you. Okay, so let's just do the $1 million divided by 6%, $1 million. Divided by 0.06 says I can pay $16.667 million for the property. This is going to become very useful to you in the future. If I take $1 million and divide it by, I think this is going to be $2 million. Is that right? Or $20 million? I can pay $20 million for this property. And at 8%, higher the cap rate, the less I pay for the property. $1 million divided by 0.08 is $12,500,000. Okay, now watch, you could find the same piece of property or something similar, something brand new in Miami, might trade for a 5 cap today, but I could go to Miami Gardens and find something for a 7 or 8%, same property, same size, similar units, but it was built 30 years ago and it's an 8 cap because it's a troubled neighborhood, okay? Troubled neighborhoods, higher cap rates. Better neighborhoods, lower cap rates, okay? Newer properties, lower cap rates. Better locations, lower cap rates. Less risk, lower cap rates. More risk, higher cap rates. Better cash flow right here, better upside right here. So look, the next big question you got to ask yourself is, where are these deals? Where do I find a deal that I can literally underwrite, okay? Hey, more of that right here on this channel. I'll be sharing with you everything to do with real estate, where to find a deal, fund a deal, how to raise money for a deal, literally how to do it with no money down, how to get debt on a deal or get your network to actually fund the deal so you don't need to use a bank. Everything to do with real estate I'm going to have for you here to teach you how I've bought $5 billion worth of real estate and funded it and shared it with friends, family, partners, and investors. God bless you. Be great. And remember, peace, love, and cash flow.
Since a kid, now I got house full of kids. Where I keep when you're sick, keep making that money flip. I've been on go since a kid. Now I got house full of kids. Where I keep when you're sick, keep making that money flip. Way up.